we're going to give it a shot is you're going to want to use your whole arm when you do the circle. And every Disney character starts out with the basic shape of a circle. So we're going to just draw a circle right here. Doesn't matter where, but it's going to be about the size of an orange. Draw it lightly. And you never have to use your eraser because there are no mistakes in sketching. Alright, so we have our basic outline of a circle. And now we're going to draw the two construction lines. One that goes right in the middle of the circle, like that. So you have your basic one. And then we're going to draw one a little bit lower because Donald has a beak instead of a nose or a snout. So we're going to draw it a little lower. Alright, and that's the basic construction. Now the first step I'm going to take is I'm going to draw a little U over the bottom line, kind of like that. And then now I'm going to draw two little ovals down here. It's basically a little U shape. This is going to be the outline for his beak. We're going to do that on both sides. Kind of like that. I know this doesn't look anything like Donald, but it will, I promise. Alright, and now we're going to draw another U shape on the top of the line, kind of like that. Hopefully you can see. It's kind of dark. We're going to draw it on the other side. These are going to be his smiles. These are the smile lines. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect these two ovals, this one and this one. What we're going to do is we're going to make an S shape. So we're going to go like this and like that. We just made an S. And do that again. Kind of give it a darker shade. So see, his beak is really starting to stand out now. We're going to come back and darken in these smile lines a little more. And we're going to connect the smile lines and the thing by using a C shape. Or maybe even an S. Remember, this Donald isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be the basic sketch of Donald Duck. And now we're going to add his laugh lines. When you do that, everybody has smile lines. When we smile, we get those little creases, and so does Donald Duck. So we're going to add two little C shapes inside the little smaller C shapes. And then we're going to connect them with kind of like a J. One right there, and one right there, giving Donald his smile. And now we're going to connect this line with these two lines. How we're going to do that is we're going to go under and make a U. I'm going to make a U right here, giving Donald his beak. Like that. Then we're going to add another line right here because we're seeing him head on. We're not seeing him from the side, we're seeing him straight on. So he's going to have a little crease, like that. Then we're going to open up his face a little by giving him an open mouth. Because like I said, we're seeing him face on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by giving two little L shapes. One on that side, and then one on this side. Remember, you're going to want to use your whole arm when you're sketching. You're going to want to do big, broad strokes like this. Because if we're using our wrist a lot, that's writing, and no one's here to write, we're here to sketch. So we're going to do that, and we're going to connect them, just with a basic line. And then we're going to do that again, this time a little bit smaller, giving him an open mouth. But he looks like he's missing something, and that would be his tongue. Donald's tongue is probably one of the easiest things to do. It's basically a triangle, right there to right there. Now you have the basic mouth of Donald Duck. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to do is the most expressive part of any character, whether it be Disney character or any other character, and that is the eyes. And see, we have these two socket lines, one right here and one right here. These are basically where the eyes are going to go. Donald's eyes are really big, so we're going to go ahead and fill up that space. Kinda like that. Now you're kind of starting to see the shape of Donald Duck. And remember, you don't have to darken in the eyes just yet, because if you come up with a shape that you don't like, you can always go back and make them a little more even. See, this one's bigger than that one, so I'm going to go about a little later. Make them about even. And then we're going to draw a little bit more like that. We're going to do that on the other side too, giving him some pupils. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we're going to add his eyebrows. Donald has really big expressional eyebrows because he gets angry a lot. So he needs eyebrows. Kind of like that. You can draw them more rounded. I like to draw mine a little bit up. And the more that you make them slanted, the more he'll look a little bit angrier. Alright, and then we're going to make a little shape right here and a little one right here. Kind of like that, giving him a little depth. And Donald has little tufts of hair sticking out of his cap, so we're going to want to create that with a little bit of lines, just a few. We're going to connect his face like that, and then we're going to do it on the other side. And now it's time for his hat, because Donald has a hat. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right here above his eyebrow. We're going to make a line. And we're going to make a line going up, because Donald's hat is kind of tilted to the side. So we're going to do that. So up, down, and then kind of like a 7. So make like a little rounded 7. And then we're going to start the hat right about here. You can start it pretty much anywhere on his head, depending on if you want to give him a big hat or a small hat, because you can really give Donald whatever kind of hat you want. But we're going for the traditional hat. And this one is going to be bigger, like that. I always give Donald really big hats for some reason. I think I want him to have a really big hat. Basically making a 3. So you just do this and do that. Now we're going to add his bow, or his little tassel thing that hangs off the edge, which is like a crab claw. I'm just going to go in one shape, make a W, and then bring it back. And that you can shade in later. You can also shade this in, because Donald's hat's dark on this line. And later on you can even go back and shade it even more if you want. Okay, and now we're going to go back and we're going to shade in his eyes, because the eyes are the most expressive part of any character. We want his eyes to really stand out. Later on you can go back and even darken it in even more. I'm just doing this really quick because I want to make sure there's enough time to show you the completed picture.